Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we're playing in the Batchat 155-58 Tier 10 auto-loading artillery. And we are going to be on Lakeville. So this was my first chance to play Lakeville in this tank. And I gotta say, it is quite effective on this map. Because you have a lot of tanks generally stopped in one area. So I'm going to go back here to the known arty spot, and I'm going to try to hold the left side. Now you can see how small a silhouette this tank actually has. It's relatively a tiny tank. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to see what I can see. We've got two heavy tanks that are lit up down here on the right already. But of course I'm not loaded. I've still got 30 seconds. I'm just kind of scoping them out. But you can see we got a few people holding Death Valley, and that's good because that's what we need. And I will sit here and hopefully be loaded by the time I get there. Alright, so first target's up. I'm still 3-4 seconds out from loading. And I believe we can't get a shot on the T10, unfortunately. But we can get a shot on this tank destroyer, T30. So shot out. And we overshoot him. So first shot's a miss. That's not good. It doesn't look good for the match. Alright, now we've got an E3 sitting back here on a hill. He's not going anywhere. So we're going to try to soften him up. Shot out. 519. Reloading. Shot out. 481. And shot out. And we overshoot. So, unfortunately, we didn't get much. Now I'm going to relocate to the left to guarantee that I don't get spotted while I reload. Because like I've told you guys before, this is a 63-second reload time. So it takes forever to load. But the moment I get loaded again, I'm going to unload 4 more rounds into somebody and ruin their day. Because my first priority is to hold this pass. You can see our platoon mate, he's up in there, and he's basically the only thing keeping him from advancing over the hill. He's in an IS-7, and they're having one heck of a time putting him down. Alright, I'm loaded, shot out. 421. E3 will be my next shot. Shot out. 129, and there's where you start to run in problems with these little guns. Shot out. 196. Because I'm hitting the front armor of that E3, it's really negating the amount of HE damage I'm doing. So I just wasted 4 rounds on that E3 and did like 400, maybe 600 damage. So probably not the most effective use of my 4 rounds there. I probably should have engaged some softer targets and maybe got one of them off the board. But hindsight's 2020. We're 40 seconds out from being loaded again. Now, one thing I will say if you're using this tank is it is so enticing to sit there and dump 4 rounds into a tank. But you got to remember, the other guy could be counter-battering, and I play this map like I know he's not going to counter-battery me, but he very well could have easily counter-batteried me because I didn't move after any of my 4 shots, really. So he could have easily just found me and killed me, and that's how I generally find Batchat artillery, is because they sit there and they dump their mag, they tunnel vision. Okay, T10 is asking for it, shot out. And it undershot and hit the rock. Like, that wasn't even close to where I was aiming. E3 sticks his head back up. We get 230 this time, so we're starting to soften up his front armor. And we're probably going to kill him here. Nope, 182. We've got 1 round left. Can we kill the E3? Shot out. And we get him, 133. So that's a big problem gone. That's a lot of armor that tank has. And you can see I check on the health of my platoon mate, and he is dead. He's, for all intents and purposes, completely dead. He's just not dead yet. So he's gonna fight it out, and they finally get him. I'm nowhere near loaded. I'm gonna try to draw it out as long as I can. Our team's starting to come down and starting to get beat up here. So unfortunately, this is not looking good for our team. Now we've got some guys on the right side of the map who have pushed through the city, but they're held up by some tanks that I can't see. And so I have no choice but to keep trying to fight this side. And now I turn back towards the right to see if I can't help them out so they can advance. Alright, we've got an STI here behind a house. And you see me, I pull the trigger a little bit early and it impacts the side of that house there. But now he pulls out, I take the shot, and it hits the house in the exact same spot. So that time it should have hit, but the game told me, I don't think so. Unfortunately. So I can't hit him and the KV-4 yet. And of course he backs up like he knows exactly what I can and can't hit. So he backs up and keeps me from being able to hit him. And I'm trying to pull up a little bit to get a better shot on this T-30 that's up here. And I can't hit him from here. So I'm going to take and go over here and just try to shoulder over the top of that mountain and get a shot just into him. And I'm driving forward right now while looking, just to see if I can get a shot. And I can't. Okay, but they did light up a Death Star in the back, and of course he disappears the moment I look. So I'm starting to see why these guys can't push that right side. Shot out, and I get him. So that was a bit of a lucky shot there. I took a shot. You're going to miss every shot that you won't take. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Sometimes you just have to take the shot. Now I've got 1 shot left. I don't want to start reloading yet, but I may dump the mag just to make sure I get loaded. But they had some people spotted here in the middle, and if I can get over here and take a shot at them, then I'll take the shot, and then while I'm reloading, I'll just relocate to the right side of the map. And this is where the mobility and camo of this tank come in. It's got that very small silhouette. And here you see a T-95. If we can just sneak a shot into him. Shot out. There we go. 179, and he's tracked. So now we're reloading. There's nothing else I can do with that. Just got to let fate take over, and they seem to have killed him. So that's good. Now our back alley has completely fallen. Our tanks are still in the lead on this team. So all is not lost. I don't know why I gotta yawn every time I start recording with you guys. But maybe I bore myself to death. Alright, so I'm gonna go through the city while I'm relocating. I've still got 30 seconds left before I'm fully loaded. And I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that our team doesn't fumble this. Which can be very difficult when you're in an artillery piece. Especially one that takes a minute to load. Right now we're sitting at 11 hits and 2 kills. So we're having a pretty good game. And here you see me trying to take shots between a building at a Death Star. Shot out. 1 shot into him, and they finish him with the 2nd shot. Another Death Star. Can't hit him because the building's in the way, so I'm pulling up. Just going to stick my nose past the building, turn, and zoom back in. Of course, he disappears. All right, now they are turtled up. They got 4 tanks, three tanks, and 1 artillery piece. And we've got this Death Star right here, who I actually can hit. Shot out. Where did that shot go? I have no idea. The only thing I can figure is that I accidentally shot the house right in front of my face. And that's a little bit of a glitch that I've noticed over the recent patch. Is sometimes your shot is actually blocked, but it doesn't register as blocked. Now we see this 183, but oh, never mind, not yet. You'll see what I mean here in a second. So we've got this KV-4 shot out. Put 500 roll right on him. And can we get a second one into him? He's pulling up again, shot out. And we set him on fire. And he's burning hard. He puts it out, had a manual fire extinguisher. Now I've got 55 seconds left before I can fire. But I'm going to move up because they keep backing further and further around the corner, so I need to keep moving further and further forward so that I can get shots and continue to get shots. And you see this rock right here. I'm going to hide kind of right behind this rock so I don't get spotted and I still have some good shots. Now I'm still 30 seconds out from reloading here. And I'm just looking for that arty. I know that arty's got to be back here somewhere. And he's taking shots at our guys and he's landing. He's doing pretty good work while they're turtled up. But they realize that I'm being pretty effective, so my team's like, I ain't pushing in if I don't have to. Alright, so there's their Death Star. I am 6 seconds out. You see that shot? And now I'm loaded, so I put the shot in the corner and direct impact their artillery piece to get him off the board. So there's one where you took a shot with a guy lit up in front of you and you didn't realize that I was already looking that direction. So that was pretty much a guaranteed kill. Now we've got a Death Star, shot out. We track him. He repairs it and shot out. And we nail him. Got him with splash damage at that. Alright, that leaves a KV-4 and another Death Star. And shot out on the KV-4. Set him on fire again and put him to death. Now all that's left is the Death Star. I'm up to 5 kills, 19 pins, even though some of those are actually setting the KV-4 on fire. So I'm probably closer to 15, maybe 14 pins. But we're doing pretty well. Most likely that Death Star is going to die in there. He blasts one last person before he takes his death. But we're watching what happens, and they just clutch him out. So there's where a game could have went really badly had I not repositioned and been able to get effective fire on the targets. 5,700 damage, 5 kills, 14 pins. And we still didn't get top of the leaderboard. The Chieftain did 6,300. And we did everything we could. I mean, we honestly did everything we could in that match. So if you like what I'm doing, punch that like button. Leave a comment below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, I will see you in the next video.